and welcome back to Devils United, our weekly transfer show with John. John, how are you?
Good evening to you, Maisy. How are you this evening? Thank you very much for getting us on again. Twice in 24 hours there, and it's just fantastic.
Exactly, it certainly is. This time with a transfer show, we've both got at least one confirmed signing, which is great.
Yay! And one of them I thought was going to go to AC Milan, but he chose us. And yes, we got three to see. He's the third sign of the summer, and we're going to talk about him very, very soon.
We sure will do. We'll get to the comments. Hey there, I like coffee. I hope you are well. First, just like Portugal will be in the Euro group stage. I love it. I like coffee. Hello there, Solo. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. And hello there to Tony as well. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are well. And hello to my dad. I hope you are well also. Thank you for tuning in. So we'll go first with Manchester United's confirmed signing, Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord, left back. He's more of an attacking kind of left back than he is defensive. But the good thing is about Tyrell Malacia is that he's got the pace, so he's able to track back very quickly. He signed on a 13 million plus 2 mil add-on, so it's come up to 15 mil euros we've signed him for. We hijacked Leon's deal, so I don't think they're in very good mood with us because we took their signing. But our first signing under Erik ten Hag. John, what do you think of that one?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you needed a signing. You definitely needed a left back as well. Could that be the end of Luke Shaw's time at Man United? Or is he going to be playing second fiddle? But this lad, I don't know much of him.
I think John might be
good. Oh. Oops, you're right there.
Oh, yeah, you're here. I thought you frozen then.
That's right. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yes, I think these are good signing. I think you needed someone there to freshen up as well. I think Luke Shaw's been comfortable at left back as well. No man being really challenging, by the way. But Erik ten Hag has come in and he has sorted that out. He needs to fix the defense. He definitely needs to do that. Like I said, he's so exciting. Don't know a lot about him, I can't lie, but he had good games for Feyenoord. He's playing in the Europa Conference as well, playing in the final, and he's done a good job. And they play that Colombian lad, I think Foxy beyond there. I can't remember his name. They say Stan Stera. Got a little link out between him and him. I would love to get Stan Stera, by the way. He looks fantastic. But look, at the end of the day, I mean, good signing, 15 million quid with the add-ons. I think that's fantastic. Quite cheap, good bargain. And yeah, good for you. I think he'll do a good job.
Definitely. I think a fullback was definitely needed. I think I would have preferred it on the right-hand side over the left-hand side, just because I think both of our right backs aren't good enough to be in a Manchester United shirt, to be honest. But I think more than anything, it raises questions in terms of the likes of Alex Telles.
Yeah.
Just because I think Alex Telles, I don't think he will be a Manchester United a player by the time it gets to the end of this transfer window. I do think, to be honest, he is going to put a lot of pressure onto Luke Shaw. If Luke Shaw's going to get that same form back as he did 2 seasons ago, I am not too sure. It's just because with Luke Shaw, I think he had that additional pressure off Alex Telles, knowing that Alex Telles was so highly rated there at Porto. He was a little bit different to Luke Shaw, and then he put his form, he done brilliant. But now Luke Shaw's been out for a while. We don't know how long he's actually going to be out for either, because he had these screws took out of his leg from when he had his leg broken. So if that is the case, how long is he going to be out for? With Malacia, is he going to come straight into the starting 11? Because I think it's going to be a tough test for him also, coming from the Dutch league to be a crucial starter straight away for Manchester United.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Alex Telles, we'll come to in a bit, but Luke Shaw, he had a couple of bad injuries as well. Has he been the same player? For me personally, I don't think he has. You're not going to get 38 games out of Luke Shaw, by the way.
No.
I can't lie. That is the thing. It's like Edison Cavani all over again, missing so many games and not playing games as well. Alex Tellers, listen, I'm a fan of Alex Tellers. I like him, don't get us wrong. But does he really want to be at Old Trafford? That is
I don't
the
think
thing.
he's got the quality, because I used to say last season about Alex Tellers, he's not getting the game time. Give Alex Tellers a chance. Give him a chance. When he had the chance, he hadn't impressed me. I know people saying he needs a run of games. He had the run of games. He didn't impress me whatsoever. And I think that out of both the left backs, it's Alex Tellers who's gone more than Luke Shaw, because I just think that Luke Shaw has that tiny bit more to offer defensively than Alex Tellers, because he doesn't even know where his positions is on the pitch. And because Alex Tellers, he gets caught out because he sometimes gets to that point where he's a bit of a winger, so he goes so far up the pitch, and then by the time someone's counter-attacking us, he's that far up he can't defend. Whereas I think Luke Shaw's a little bit different in that respect.
That's the problem. Good going forward and just kind of track back. That is the thing, and he gets a little bit lost as well. Luke Shaw can actually defend. I can't lie. I think he can actually defend.
Yeah.
And on his day, when he's at it. When he's not, he's not. But look, me personally, right? I mean, if you want to be a successful team, then you need to look at that left back. Your left back is not very good at art whatsoever. But now you've got a new lad coming in and at a good price as well. I think he'll suit the Premier League as well. And he'll listen to Ten Hag. He'll find out what he wants, and I think it'd be good. So, but Tellez, I think is suited more playing in Spanish football for me, if I'm honest with you.
I think a team that he would do well would be the Italian league. I think he would do very, very well there.
I think he will. Because the slow at pace as well. I think he'll do well, and it's suiting to the ground. Really, there's lots of Brazilians plays in the Italian league as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And Alexandro, we'll see 31, 32 now, Juve sort of thing. I mean, is he the same player? Maybe, probably not. But I think he's a younger player slightly as well. I think he'd do a good job at Juve. Perhaps he's plays for United. Now he could do it for Juve. And I think it'd be fine. But the Premier League, is it for him? I don't know. But for what I watch of him, I don't think he's been that great. He started well, I can't lie, but at late, especially last season, I just think it's been a really bit poor.
I completely agree with you 100%. But my last series, finally in Manchester, and he is having his medicals. So we may potentially see him announced by the club probably early next week. From what I've heard, though, we have postponed our kit reveal. So fans are thinking that we might have a couple of signings by next Friday and do like a joint reveal with the new signings. I don't know. But that would be very, very interesting to see. We'll go through a couple of the comments now. Hey there to Gaz. I hope you're well. Yeah, madness it is indeed. Madness. Hey there, Vaughn. I hope you are well. Vaughn's a little bit worried about Man United. Yeah, I'm worried as well. Yeah. But I think we may see a little bit more action next week. My fingers are crossed. Hey there to Hell on Wheels. Always cheerful with the Ronaldo news. But I'm happy with the new signing. Luke Shaw needs to be dropped. I agree. Luke Shaw does need to be dropped. And with the Ronaldo news, I'm not 100% convinced by it, because we heard it weeks and I think we heard it not long before the transfer window started, and then he said that he's never said anything like this. So I think I'm just going to take that kind of information at the moment by a pinch of salt until I do see that he is officially left Manchester United, to be honest. Have you heard about the news about Ronaldo, John?
We've done that quiz yesterday. 5 minutes later, I seen the news and I'm thinking, excuse me, am I surprised about it? Oh, I say not really when I look at it. But we don't know where it's going to go, don't we? He said he wants to leave the...
I think John's frozen again.
I'll just say, sorry. I was going to say, I'm not surprised about that story at all. But one thing I'm going to say, if that is true, then I think it's best to let him go away. It's a shame.
I agree.
24 goals last season, right? And without his scores, United would have been in big trouble, Maisy. Do you know what I mean? Huge trouble. And
I
let's be
think
real about it.
regardless, though, if Ronaldo goes or Ronaldo stays, we need a striker, regardless of what the situation's going to be.
I agree.
But a lot of United fans are unhappy that Ronaldo should have told us weeks ago, because when we would have pressed harder to get Darwin Núñez. But then paying 100 mil on Darwin Núñez, what would happen to our priority signings, such as De Jong, for instance, and what would happen to Martinez? Because them two alone are going to cost over 100 mil. And if our transfer budget is 200 mil, for instance, we're not going to get the signings that we really need, which is why for me, I'm a bit iffy at the moment about it. I don't know how legit it is until I do really see that he has gone.
Yeah, I have to agree. But, I think the club needs to do more and let you guys know, is he for sale? Is he not for sale? But the club's come and say it's not for sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo wants to say he wants to leave because he wants to play in the Champions League. And also he's worried about the lack of signings as well. But I agree with you.
Yeah.
For him to come out and say that, he should have said that weeks ago. Then you could have pressed on with your signings as well. But the guy's 37 now. Yeah. Let's be real. Right. And he's never, ever missed the Champions League since he's been at any club. Now, this is the thing. Who's going to get him? Are they going to pay his wages? Right, number one. Number two, who's going to get him as well? I meant to say other way around. I mean, Bayern Munich don't want him. PSG a year season ago would have had him. No problem. Napoli, right? I mean, unless they sell Victor Osimhen, right, for 100 million euros, works out to be 85 million English money, and use part of that money to pay Ronaldo's wages, right? That ain't going to happen. Napoli ain't going to pay 500 K a week. There's no way to a player who's 37 years old. Sporting Lisbon, his former club, is not going to kind of afford him for a full start, unless he takes a massive drop wage as well. And that's another thing as well, people. But he's 37. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Where does he go from here? But if I was Cristiano, I'd stay at United, because
he would have to take a massive pay cut, though. You're right.
It has to. I mean, look at the cost of living in this country, right? People are struggling. People are struggling for food. People are struggling to make ends meet, yeah? And these clubs are still paying vast amounts of money a week, which is an absolute disgrace, man. Do you know what I mean? So one thing I'm going to say, right? I mean, where's the heat in the moment? I don't know. But I think he needs to stay and just give the fans 1 year and just give the fans what they got. Don't forget, you tried hard. You worked hard to get this guy back. And all this nonsense about Neville and Carragher, come on and see that he's treated to United with this poorly treated. I'm sorry, but look, at the end of the day, right? I mean, I've last I looked, not one close to an after him. Not one club. Not even Real Madrid.
No, I haven't seen it either, to be honest. The only one I have actually seen who's linked to him is Sporting, his first club.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think if Ronaldo was to leave, I think it would be either Sporting or America. That's the two places where I think he would end up being at. But Sporting wouldn't pay them wages, and I think Ronaldo wouldn't go to them at this moment in time. So it would be America. But why would he want to go to America if he wants to play European football?
Exactly. They're not going to be Champions League in MLS. There's no way. But I think that MLS 1 or 2 may pay his wages every single week, yeah, to make ends to meet. But look, I think the guy's he's still ambitious, right? He wants to win things. He's not going to give up yet just because he's 37 years of age. I think he's got hunger. He's got a passion for the game as well. And I honestly think United's got a decision to make now. They've really got a decision to make, whether he wants to stay at United or he's going to have to take a pay cut elsewhere. So if I was him, he's going to pay the money and he's going to be daft to pay that fucking money a week. But I think it's going to be, I think it's poor timing, in my opinion. He should have done that at the end of the season. But now the season's starting in a month's time, right? In fact, 4 weeks, just over 4 weeks' time. And to come out and say that, I think that's poor form by Cristiano. And he should have known better.
I agree completely. Hey there to Vincent. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. He has said Malassia's medical's going well. He's been in touch with someone from Manchester United, which is one good thing. Bath Time has said Tellez is never in the correct body position. I agree. To Cross and Sancho and Shaw link-up play is better, which I also agree with. I'm really disappointed with Tellez after that PSG debut. Yeah, I think mine was more when he started getting the game time. I started getting really disappointed, to be honest. Vincent, thank you so much for that, mate, as well. Hey there to Reese. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. Vincent has said, bloody hell, look where John is, not in Newcastle, but in Italy. Isn't like him to go on holiday.
Oh man, I thought I'd change it today, and I thought, why not? But I can't do that tonight on Paul's channel tonight. It has to be Newcastle, otherwise I will get pulled in again the slap. But hey, big up. Oh man, bless.
Bath Time said, I'm fairly sure Ronaldo leaving. There's no way they'd go public without a move lined up. Potentially, but from what I've heard, there's nothing lined up at the moment. So we'll just have to see on what's going on at this moment in time. Gaza said, Maisy in the green and gold, love it. Yeah, representing my hometown. I always have to do that. Hello there to Ashley. I hope you are well. Thank you for tuning in. Reese said, if he rejoins Sporting, he's better at set playing for 50k a week. Exactly. Into Miami would take him, but same as Sporting, money is key. I completely agree with that. Vaughn said, he is more likely to buy Sporting than sign for them.
Well, yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo, the president of Sporting Lisbon, eh?
Exactly. Wow. Ashley said, if Man United need to get serious fast, if we want to challenge with the likes of City, Liverpool and Chelsea, I think it's going to take quite a while for that to happen, to be honest. I think we're that far behind now. I think that it's just gone pear-shaped, to be honest. Sins Games, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Ronaldo is not bothered about the money. He gets up to 100 mil per Instagram post. Man wants to win. Yeah. Could he win? Where would he most likely win at? Because would he win at Chelsea when Chelsea's flopped so many trophies this season? Could he win? He would win at City, but I don't think he'd go to City. It's hard to say where he would actually win trophies out the ones where he's actually linked to be honest. Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich don't want him, neither does PSG. Interesting. Very interesting. John, Ashley has asked about your thoughts on the Newcastle transfer business, which I'm going to get to now. Yeah, I agree. It takes 3-4 years for us to do something, to be honest. I agree with that comment. But
it's a project as well. It's a project, remember that.
Yeah, 3-year contract. Yeah, he's on a 3-year contract at the moment, so I think it's going to be a 3-year plan for Erik ten Hag, and it'll just extend if he does well, in my opinion, anyway. John, we'll go with your transfer business, and we'll go with your latest signing, Sven Botman.
Thank you very much. We got him finally. We beat AC Milan for his signature. That's only because Milan haven't got the money yet because of the takeover business. And Sven Botman, I think it's a cracking signing. 22 years old, Dutchman, played for Lille. 2 seasons there, won the league title in his very first season. Was successful in the second season. Lille got the money they wanted, and away we go. But Botman, he's left-footed and 6'5", defends properly for what counts, which I think we need is a leader. And I think it's a good acquisition for Newcastle United. Eddie Howe wanted him for a long, long time. We tried to get him in January, didn't get him, but we just hang on there. Apparently, he spoke to Amanda Staveley as well, months and months before coming to Newcastle. And he's come out and he said that Newcastle are a project, and he just kind of wait to get in the Premier League. This guy can defend properly. Now, only issue is, if he plays Dan Burn and Sven Botman, we have two left-footed defenders in the back four. Is Eddie Howe going to play a back three next season when Fabian Schär comes into the play? I've got a funny feeling he may do, but I think they're signing for 35 million. People say he's a new Sven Botman, not new Van Dijk. Listen, guys, don't gas him up, mate. Don't gas him up. He hasn't played for Newcastle yet. People are saying, oh, he's going to be a brilliant player. He's going to be brilliant. He's going to be fantastic sort of thing. He hasn't played for us yet. So I just wish our fan base stop gassing him up. We're ready for new players up here. I can remember a couple of seasons ago, Emil Kraft came to Newcastle. Everyone called him the Swedish Cafu, right? And everyone's gassing this guy and said he's going to make a difference, like the right back. We've got him for years, blah, blah, blah. And I just sat back because I was just having football, yeah? And I told the people, well, he's like, people told us to F off. People told us to take a day off. People saying that they're going to block us, right? And those very same people, right, after the first season, come and say, John, you're right about Emil Kraft, yeah? People just got to listen and stop having a go. Do you understand what I'm saying? But Emil Kraft, good signing, 5-year deal, and option for another year, apparently, I believe. And I think he's going to be a stellar player. But what people have to understand is his first season, he needs to bet in. Don't gas him up. Don't say he's going to be a wow fat guy yet. But I've got every confidence he's going to do well for Newcastle. I'll go back him. And welcome to Newcastle, Sven Botman.
Mm-hmm. I was just looking at Sven Botman's stats as well, and for a centre-back, it is very impressive. So he's played 25 matches, he's scored 3 goals, he's had an assist, and he's only had 4 yellow cards as a defender. And for that kind of stats as a centre-back, I think it's very good. It shows that he's careful in his tacklings that he has produced, his defending what he has produced in Ligue 1. And it also does question as well, because where his goals have come from, have they come from the set pieces, corners, was also going to play a big, massive factor for Newcastle in itself, because you've already got a brilliant person who is able to cross the ball in Trippier. So that will be good to have a player like Botman who's able to get ahead on that.
Absolutely. I mean, set piece is going to be key for us this season. He loves to go forward as well. He's a great passer of the ball as well. He's not the quickest. People say he's got pace. They need to do the research, man. But it's defending, right? I mean, it's good. He can pass the ball out, play the ball out from the back. Yeah. Nick Pope's out from the back as well. So I'm excited to see this guy defend properly. Yeah. And excited to see him play, right? Big conundrum at the back. I think our back four is fixed. Defense has been fixed. And for that kind of money, 35 mil, where do you think Virgil van Dijk costs 75 mil? Ben White costs 50 mil. Or Benjamin White. You know, this guy, all right, I think he's better than Ben White. I really do. Brighton must have laughed when they paid off 50 mil. We got him for 35, yeah, with the add-ons on top. So I think that's the sign we wanted. We've been chasing him for a long time. And now Eddie Howe's got his man. And he'll be going to the World Cup this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be interesting if he does make it to the World Cup, wouldn't it? Because he actually hasn't made a debut yet in the Netherlands first team. And I think it also depends on the likes of, because he's a left-footed defender, isn't he, Botman? Could he compete with the likes of Nathan Ake to get into that starting 11 for the Netherlands? And it's good how you touched on changing to the back three system, because we actually haven't seen Botman in the back three. I don't think the Netherlands unders has played it, and plus as well, Lille doesn't play it. How well do you think he would do in the back three?
I think it'd be Irish sort of thing, you know. I mean, I think it'd be fine. I mean, Fabian Schär is a good defender under Eddie Howe, and also Dan Burn doing Dan Burn things, and he could defend as well. The guy's 6'7". He is great. So we're not the quickest, we haven't got the quickest in the back three, but we can defend properly. I'm sure we will. So if he does for the back three, we have 2 left-foot defenders that balance as well. So that means I think Sven Botman will have to play in the middle of the back three. Fabian Schär will have to play on the right of the back three, and Dan Burn will have to play on the left. Mm-hmm. So that is the thing. But we got back three there. Matt Target on left wing back, Kieran Trippier, right wing back. Then the big
he can play. Yeah, he can play that, can't he? So
that is very, very true. But For me personally, he's going to play 4-3 at the back, or he's going to stick to his 4-3-3. If he does, he's going to be dropped, either Fabian Schär or Dan Burn. And I've got a sneaking feeling it's going to be Dan Burn, unfortunately.
Yeah, I like Dan Burn. I think he is a good defender, but the only thing that does what is a negative on Dan Burn, because he puts the effort in, it's just his concentration levels isn't up there, and he can play so good for 88 minutes, but then he'll have like a 2-minute clock off in concentration, what has cost the odd goal or two from Newcastle.
Agree. Against Chelsea and also against Everton as well. That is the thing. And if he can just snap out of it, then he'd be a real good defender. I mean, he's 30 now, Dan Burton. He's 30. Still quality. He's got another, 4, 5, 6 years left in him as well. I think it'll be fine. But concentration levels, it's got to be. I don't want to go on an interview. I don't want to do a match reactions here. Dan Burn's got a concentration problem. I don't want to say that. But he needs to keep out of it very, very quickly. Otherwise, next season, I'm going to say that.
Yeah, I think with a manager like Eddie Howe, they can get that sorted with that, to be honest. So it'll be interesting to see how Dan Burn is next season coming up. And I think, knowing his age, he could be really well to work with Botman, just for Botman to adjust to the Premier League, because he's got plenty of Premier League experience, Dan Burn, at 2 different clubs now.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, he knows the Premier League. Fabian Schär knows the Premier League. I agree. Dan Burn's been in the Premier League with Brighton for a long, long time. And, that's what it's all about. But I'm going to say as well, not just sport this, right? Do you not be surprised if Eddie Howe do start with Burn and Schär at the back and keep Sven Botman back, like he done with Bruno for a couple of games, hold him back and watch how the Premier League works. Eddie Howe's good at that. And
I agree.
And he brought in Bruno after 4 games, and then he brought him in. And then all the people saying, why are you brought him not playing in the team? I wish our fan base to shut up, and trust Eddie. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that.
And I agree.
And I think he's going to do the same with Botman. I really do think that. But look, he'll get games in the preseason, 110%. And it's going to be enjoyable watching him. I can't wait to see what he thinks of the table.
Sure will. Let's go through a couple more comments, and we'll go to a Man United transfer link. Hey there, Jordan. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. And hey there to Luca. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. I Like Coffee said, John, Ronaldo to Newcastle. Ronaldo would be an upgrade on Chris Wood.
And Chris Wood. Oh,
that really would not be hard based off Chris Wood this season. I Like Coffee. I can guarantee you that one. Bath Time with Vaughn has asked if Lingard is going to Newcastle. I do have some good sources from West Ham people, and they have confirmed to me that David Moyes is in advanced talks with Lingard to get the deal done. It's just personal terms that need to be completed. And they put their Pardon?
Sorry, I'll just comment here as well. I mean, sorry, but again, they're putting Newcastle's name on so they can get a better deal. Yeah, don't put a name down if you're not going to come to Newcastle. What's the point putting Newcastle's name down where they're going to talk to another club? It's pointless. Yeah, they've done that, the Moroccan lad. Yeah, don't do it with Lingard. We don't need him. He's not going to come to Newcastle. He's priced himself out.
Yeah, and as well with David Moyes, he's actually put the Danjuma transfer on hold so they can sign Lingard. I know the personal terms broke down with Danjuma, but they were looking at reassessing him once they got Lingard through, which is very, very interesting as well, that they would rather sign Jesse Lingard than Danjuma, who I would say is Villarreal's best player.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard that Danjuma's deal was off. That's the last I've heard of it. But you never know what's happening in football. You don't know, but things can change very quickly in the football. But we both know that Lingard's talked to West Ham. I think he ended up going to West Ham anyway. And if you get him, then Danjuma is not going to be wanted at West Ham. That's my opinion. I have to agree with you there slightly. But I think it's going to be twists and turns. But I still think Lynn's going to go there. And me personally, I wouldn't have him in Newcastle. I don't think he'll improve us. The guy is 30.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really do agree. And you've already got experienced players now, so you don't need too many older players. You need to have that mixture of both to have a great team. And that's what Manchester City does. They've got a mixture of all combinations of age, and they've got a very talented squad. So, Tony has said, no, we don't want Ronaldo at Newcastle. And as for Lingard, that's not happening. That's from Tony. Ashley has asked you, John, who does Newcastle need to sell before the season starts?
A lot. Me personally, I'll get rid of Matt Ritchie. I'll get rid of Federico Fernandez. He's been good, but not for me. Jamal Lascelles, Kieran Clark, Jeff Hendrick, Jacob Murphy, Matty Longstaff, Dwight Gale. That's it on name at the top of me. He's Cardalo, right? And Cop and Water are just not going to be good enough for Newcastle United. Those 9 I mentioned, right, are on big wages a week, right? And they're not going to walk away. They're not rushing to leave Newcastle because they know if they go to a different club, they're not going to get the same money that they're getting at Newcastle. Yeah, that is the thing. And it's well documented. Yeah. My issue is if they're not in the 25, I'll get rid very, very quickly because they're just not good enough for Newcastle. If we want to go for the top 6, right, this season, those players I've mentioned, Mason, are not good enough at all whatsoever. They are not. And most of those players played under Steve Bruce. And some of them's been absolutely shocking, real talk, yeah? I want my club to be in the top 6. I want to be challenging for titles. I want to be challenging for the top 4 as well. These players I mentioned are not good enough at all whatsoever. And I'm surprised they have not done a retained list and on their not to know, how do I pull it? And their not wanted list, yeah? Not surprised, but those players, look at it. Cardalo, 40 grand a week. Jamal Lascelles, around 50k a week, yeah? Matt Ritchie, around 50k a week, yeah? Are they in a rush to leave the club? Jeff Hendrick, he must be on about 50k a week as well.
Wow.
And
it's a lot of money, isn't it?
And you see why there's no rush to want to leave Newcastle United. I think we had bad players who earn a lot. Jack Colback ran out his contract, 40k. Henri Savert ran out his contract, 40k. Yeah. And who else we had? The player called Cisco years ago, right? We bought him back in 2008-9 season. Kevin Keane didn't want him. We paid him 60 flipping K a week. Yeah.
Wow.
And he was no rush in leaving the club. But he had a couple of loan deals. Yeah. It is an absolute madness. These players, right, was on high wages, Macy, and the chat as well. And I hope Newcastle fans agree with us, right? They are just flooding the money. They're just watering the money where it's not needed. It's as simple as that, yeah? And this is why we have wasted a lot of money on Ashley, right? It's giving them stupid contracts, 5-year deals, right? And giving them stupid amounts of money on a season. Nah, sorry, but we need those players who ship them out, right? Get the new players coming in. We can get rid of players like the names I mentioned and go out and get Musa Diaby on his wages. 100%. But these players do not want to be rushing leaving Newcastle.
They wouldn't, would they, to be honest? And it's hard to get rid of them dead players because no one even bloody wants them. Nobody wants them.
If they were that good, mate, if they were great, right, they'd be on a club. It's as simple as that. But I'm afraid to say, right, again, this is why some players are taking the wholesale mick. They don't want to play with Newcastle, but they're happy to take the money. That is the thing. So they're just cutting the money every single week, right? Thinking, you know what? I'm happy to train in Newcastle, yeah? But Eddie Howe must know who's good enough, who's not good enough, are they in their plans? And if the answer is no, get rid. And I'm surprised that Carl Darlow, right, is staying at Newcastle. I'm amazed. You know what I mean? He's linked to Middlesbrough, by the way, yeah? Just count your losses. If that means selling for like 5 million, cool. Just get him off the wage bill. Jamal Lascelles probably get 15 maybes if he's that lucky. I said a couple of years ago on the Horseman show that Joe Linton, get rid of Joe Linton for even 50 million quid. I got ripped apart, yeah, in a good way. And now he's playing like a 40 million pound player. Watch out for him this season. He's the one to watch next season, Joe Linton, yeah? And listen, not good enough. I'm sorry. Get rid of these players now if you are to be successful. Because I'll tell you now, at another club, they would have been gone.
I agree. Gaza said, John, can we swap owners?
So,
it's a dream for us fans that we get a good owner.
Would you take him? Would you take Ornas? Would you swap
Well,
Maisy?
I would take any owners over the Glazers if you want me to be fairly honest.
Wow. Oh, it'd be nice though, will it? It'd be nice, but
It would be nice.
I have to be declined, guys. I'm sorry, mate.
He's also asked, do you miss Derby games such as Sunderland?
100%, but we haven't beaten for 7 games, right? The last time we played them, we drew 1 each when Mitrovic scored that equalising goal. But at the end of the day, our record of flips has been absolutely shocking against Sunderland. But now in the Premier League, if they ever get back to the Premier League, we play them again, we'll smash them this time. Oh, just not beat them, Maisy, but absolutely smash them, because that's the one team I want to smash big time. I really, really want. I know our fan base thinks United, we want them to beat, but it's Sunderland. I want to smash them. I really do, because at the end of the day, their fan base are gassing up saying, "Oh, we're the biggest club in the North East because we beat you 7 times." Yeah, right. Yeah, but we're putting in the place. Anytime we play them, I think we'll beat them this time. I really do. But Jack Clark, I like him, but why did he sign for Sunderland, man? You're better than that, Jack.
Who knows? But to be honest, I think it's going to be a long time before Sunderland gets into the Premier League. It really is. And I think the only way you will be playing them is if you get them in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. I think there's no better feeling, though, than beating your rival team. And that's how I feel every time we beat the likes of City, Liverpool, Leeds. You get that bit of excitement on you that you can do it. And the only one we can beat at the moment is Leeds.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we beat Leeds last season, man, and but we were lucky to get a point at St James as well under Steve Bruce again. They could have won that game, but I tell you what, we had a poor test as well. We didn't do a good job of that neither, didn't we? All these airplanes come on the pitch as well. Didn't do a good job of that neither, the fans at all whatsoever. But listen, guys, I mean, look, all I say to you, right? I mean, we got some good games there as well. We know we lost Burnley. Where's the nearest ground? It's Leeds United, yeah. But our record at Leeds has been really good, especially at Ellen Road. But we got smashed a couple of seasons ago on the boost. Bottom line is, I mean, I love going to Leeds where Newcastle play, but it's going to be hard for us to get a ticket. But I'd love to get a ticket for some of the away games. But the chances are, I very much doubt it, because it's going to be so hard to get tickets nowadays. Because what they do now, you have to members, you have to go to certain games before you get that ticket, which I think is a bit harsh. But look, it's going to be tough.
Sure, certainly is going to be tough. It really is. Hey there, Rabbit. I hope you are well. Thank you for tuning in. Foxy is in the house. I hope you're well, Foxer. Battery will probably help Botman, as he will get exposed whenever he's on a one-on-one. Slow acceleration and slow moving his body. Next Van Dijk, don't know why people put that type of pressure onto him.
I have to agree with Foxy. I have to agree with Foxy, by the way. The thing about fan base, right, saying, "Oh, he's going to be the next best thing." None of that I'm play. I'll give you an example, right? Fabio Vieira, right? Arsenal fans are gassing this guy up, saying that he's going to be the next best thing. He's going to be the next Perez, going to be the next thing on top of that, yeah? Has these Arsenal fans watched the Portuguese league? No, they haven't. How do they know about this guy? They might watch it on YouTube, but come on now, you haven't watched this guy play, yeah? Nobody know anything about him. Our fan base, or most don't know anything about Sven Botman, yeah? But one thing I'm going to say, right, we need to give the lad time. No one hardly watched him play, and yes, they think it's the next best thing, yeah? We got to give him, we got to see what he does for Newcastle United. Yes, he's done good things at Lille. I want to check out what he does for Newcastle United. Ligue 1, right? It's a easy league, as they say. Now, no disrespect to Ligue 1, right? It's a slower paced league. The Premier League, he's going to get found out, yeah. But like Foxy said, I think Eddie Howe's going to play a back three. I really do. I've just got a sneaky feeling in my head he's going to play a back three. He did say he's going to change formation, and I will not be surprised if he goes to a back three next year.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he does do that, though, see if it actually does work for Botman. But Foxy is definitely not a fan, let's just say.
He is. He is. I like him, but he said that he's slower and he's got an opinion like everybody else. But big up.
Yeah, I agree.
Is what it is.
Hey there to Helen. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in.
Big up, Helen.
Ashley has said, John, can't Newcastle send Maguire? And Tony, for your response back, John has said you can keep Maguire.
Oh man, Harry Mag in there. Harry Mag in there. I think they should keep him because you're fixed. You got the defense sorted now.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need someone to mess up your defense anyway. That's for sure. Before we go on to the next transfer, my dad has asked, do Newcastle have any young players coming through?
Elliot Anderson, he's the only one at the minute. Elliot Anderson, he's been out on loan at Bristol Rovers last season, well documented. They called him Geordie Maradona, and all Bristol Rovers fans, right, absolutely love this guy. He's only 19, 20, I think he is 19 or 20, and he's the one that actually helped Bristol Rovers promoted into League One. And when they got in the top three, that's the first time they got in the top three all season. And Joey Bond got them up. He signed a new 3-year deal, by the way. And the thing is, right, I mean, with younger players here, we're in Division 2. Dan Ashworth is going to get in better young players, yeah? They're going to play the reserves and try and get us up to the top flight in the reserves league, yeah? So I've got Effie Firth and Dan Ashworth. But the players we've got there at our club, the young ones are just not good enough. They're really not. They're not going to make it to the the first team. But Elliot Anderson will come good. I trust us. Dylan Stevenson, I don't know a lot about him, but I heard rave reviews about him, scoring goals in the reserves. He might be okay, but he needs to play on loan for a league club, maybe a League 2 club, maybe. Who else is there? That's about it. The rest of them are just deemed not good enough. I mean, Dan Langley, right, he's a goalkeeper. He's just gone on a loan at Gateshead in these games as well. And he's a big keeper, 6'7", 6'8". And everyone's got high hopes of this kid as well. But when you got a keeper like Nick Pope and Modern DeBraka, then the likely is he's got no chance of getting in the first team. But listen, Dan Ashworth is going to do the business first, by the way. He's going to get young players coming in as well to play the reserves under 23s. He'll do that. He's one of the best of the business, and it's going to take some time. But things are going on the up for Newcastle.
Mm-hmm. And we'll ask Vaughn's question because Vaughan is a big admirer of Scott McTominay. We've heard the transfer rumours about Scott McTominay going to Newcastle. How true is it?
Scott McTominay. Not for me. I'm sorry, but listen. I mean, he's a good kid. I like Scott McTominay, but we need better. We need someone better than Scott McTominay on the field. I heard that from the Times. I said that the other day. But Scott McTominay, not for me. Not for me, I'm afraid. I just think he needs to stay at United, and I think he'd be all right there. But I know you're not a fan of him. Are you a fan of Scott? I don't think you are.
No, I'm not. Vaughn's a massive fan of Scott McTominay. I'm more of a fan of Fred, to be honest.
Yeah, you can keep Vaughan. If you like Scott, keep Scott. Let's be honest, keep Scott.
Exactly.
Bruno,
Lisa said they don't need McTominay. You've got Bruno.
You've always swapped with Bruno. You've always swapped Bruno, don't you, with Scott? Did you do that? You would, wouldn't you? I bet.
I'd do that. I'd be Bruno for Scott. Why not? I
would. Add some money on top as well. You come with some money. We talk business, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. But Tommy is not good enough for the Premier League. That's in Ravi.
No. Yeah, exactly. And I agree with Ravi's point as well. Vaughan said, cheers, John. We'll keep him then.
Good. Wow.
Well, Vaughan's happy now after hearing that. So we'll go on to Man United's next transfer link now, which is Martinez from Ajax. So everyone heard weeks ago, Arsenal was wanting to sign Martinez. They was looking at putting a 40 mil bid in for him. only to hear not too long ago, Manchester United was also interested in Martinez. Nothing was truly confirmed about an official bid until we signed Tyrell Malacia. Once we assigned him, we put in a bid in for Martinez. Martinez, I think his qualities are needed at Manchester United. Brilliant with his passing, left-footed defender. We haven't got that.
24 years old as well, and he's got some experience as well for playing European football with Ajax. He's highly thought of, by the way, right? And seems a good defender. He's quick, great pass to the ball, plays out from the back well. And out of those two, Man U and Arsenal, I think you'll end up getting him because he's just played for under Erik ten Hag. I believe he's going to come to Old Trafford. I really do. I mean, again, Arsenal's going to miss out on targets. Missed out on Bazuma, Rafinha, and now they lose out on Martinez. Now, that's embarrassing for Arsenal. Oh, my God, just an awful clash, by the way. And I'll tell you what as well. I think if he does come to Old Trafford, then I think Luka is going to be absolutely furious, and so will Dilbo as well. They're going to be furious as well. And I know they're not very happy at all whatsoever. But look, at the end of the day, I think that'll be a good signing for you. You definitely need a professional at the back. I think Lisandro Martinez would do very well in the Premier League. I think it'd be perfect. I mean, slight, but he'll defend properly for you guys. I think it'd be good.
Yeah, and we definitely did need him because if you look at all of the defenders we do have at Manchester United, they're all right-footed, whereas Martinez is left-footed. And I've been saying for a while, and other United fans have been saying, we need a left-footed defender. That is something that Manchester United strongly need. What's the point in having a back four when both your centre-backs play right-footed? It's just going to get in the complete way of everything, to be honest. So I think it's strong signs. Not just Erik ten Hag coming to United, having Van der Sar as our director, who is a former Manchester United player. He still has Manchester United close to his heart. I think he would much rather him come to Manchester United himself rather than going to Arsenal. So there's two factors there to play into consideration. 8 hours ago, Fabrizio Romano did announce about Martinez and his camp will be clear with the Ajax board. He only wants Premier League football. And he's hoping that Ajax will let him go. Ten Hag is confident on the deal and he's pushing for that deal.
Yeah, absolutely. He's coming to say he wants Premier League football, which I think everyone knows now. Ajax knows about it now. United knows about it now. And Fabrizio Romano's come out and said that he only wants Premier League football. But if Ten Hag, they need to back him. I think your board needs to back Ten Hag and just go and get him. If he wants to get Martinez, go and get him in. Back him. Simple as that. And I think they will. Like I said, I mean, he's not the biggest of defenders, by the way, but he is quick and he's quite mobile as well. I do like him. I think it's going to be decent for you guys as well. And what can I say? I think it's going to be an exciting season for you if you get it right, but it may take years to get in the Champions League, and you need to be patient with Erik ten Hag. Be patient, fans. He's going to get it right for you.
Yeah. I see Foxy in the chat has mentioned about Man United's midfield, which I do agree with. We do need to sort that out no matter who we get in defence. We do have the young linked, which we will touch on it a little bit soon, but of course, we still need a defensive midfielder regardless. Martinez, he actually can play as a defensive midfielder, but why would Ten Hag want 2 centre-backs from Ajax if he wants to play him as a CDM? So I think he wants him as a centre-back, and he'll obviously, of course, probably look at someone else. But when we have seen Ten Hag's first team at Ajax, the one what took it to the Champions League semi-finals, they didn't really have a defensive midfielder. They played as a 4-3-3 without a CDM, and it looked like there was at times where De Jong was mixed around in the defensive midfielder role. But I think in this kind of football, you need a defensive midfielder more like how Rodri plays in your team. I think that is the best kind of defensive midfielder you have. It's a little bit of different kind of defensive midfielder than as like the Fernandinho types, the Declan Rice types, who are just there right in front of the defenders. You need one what can defend, but as well as that, put the ball forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the CDM, it's important. Yeah, you need to protect the back four. Foxy, I agree with him as well. You need that CDM to protect that back four and let the other two midfielders run the roost. I think Fred will do well next season again. He's coming on better now, Fred, and his English is good as well. And if you put Frankie de Jong in that midfield as well, alongside him, then that could be a cracking player. And Frankie de Jong's a good player, by the way. He really is a great player. But I still think it'll come to Old Trafford. I really do think that, because I know Barca for a fact is trying to get rid so they can go out and get Lewandowski or Rafinha. But I think it's going to be... I think Ten Hag's going to get it right in the midfield, but he definitely needed a CDM. So he's going to protect that back four and get it right. But the midfield there, where are you going to put Bruno Fernandes? Where are you going to fit in? That's another thing. Marcus Rashford.
I think that will still play a 4-2-3-1. So Bruno still playing that 4-2-3-1. And in the pivot, it'll be like with De Jong with somebody else. I think that's what will end up happening. If we sign De Jong, of course. Yeah. But if not, it'll be Donny in the pivot.
Yeah. Donny, I think Donny get another chance at Old Trafford. I really do think that. Why? Because he's playing for ETH. I think you get another chance at Old Trafford. I really do. But I thought Eric Ten Hag's a 4-3-3 guy. I don't remember him.
He's one of them. He starts as a 4-2-3-1, but then later on the field, he adapts to a 4-3-3.
Right. Well, that's the first I heard him play 4-2-3-1. If that's true, then I think he'll change it up there, sort of thing. But I think Bruno will definitely play. Cristiano, we don't know what's going to happen to him, but he's been told he's got to go with the team for a tour as well, pre-season, quite rightly so. And again, I think when Frankie de Jong's going to come, I think he's going to make a difference for the team. He's the guy who makes things tick. He's the guy who's going to make things happen. And he's the thing, and he's the man who's going to try to win things as well. But the question is, I'm going to say as well, does he really want to come to United? Because he said he's at the best club in the world, he thinks. But you have to ask that question. Does he really want to come to Man United?
Exactly. That is just the point.
And if his heart is not there, forget it.
Agreed. Completely agree. And I agree with Vaughn's comment, no more 4-2-3-1. I hate that formation. I really, really don't like the formation at all. Hey there, Nippon. I hope you are well. Thank you as well for tuning in, and thank you for the lovely comment as well. And Ashley, who should be Man United's captain? Personally, I would go for Bruno Fernandes. If you was going to pick a captain for Man United, John, who would you pick? In your opinion, anyway.
In my opinion, me personally, I'll go with two. I'll go with David De Gea. Or I'm not sure about Bruno, man, because
I just don't like goalkeepers being a captain, and I don't think De Gea is vocal enough to be a captain. Whereas with Bruno Fernandes, even though I think he does need to cut out and he's whinging, I really do. But he's got the captaincy material. He was the captain for Sporting, and he led Sporting to trophies. So we know that he does have that experience. The other option I would really suggest would be Varane. But Varane isn't consistent enough to be a captain.
And he misses too many games as well.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. But for me, I've got to go with Bruno then, if that is the case then. Because if he comes down his temper, the one thing I noticed about Bruno, he's not very good against in the big games. That I've noticed that he's not very good against the big team, in the big games. Against lesser teams, he's great, but I want to see Bruno Fernandes do it in the big games against the big teams next season, and then we find out how true this guy is.
Exactly.
That's only my opinion. He's got to check it out and get it right, because at the end of the day, there's games I've seen against the big games where he goes missing. And I don't want to say that.
I think a lot of players do, not just Bruno Fernandes, though, and that is the problem. And I think with Bruno Fernandes, where he shines is when a striker and wingers are on form. That's when we see the best of Bruno Fernandes. And I think because the wingers were on form, he had no one there to pass to, because he was still getting them crosses in. he was still creating them chances. He had the second highest chances created in the league. He still had the highest assists in the Champions League, despite being knocked out early in the Champions League. So, for me, I think he's an outstanding player. I really do. But I think when you see the best of Bruno is when you see other players around him who do well. Because Rashford wasn't on form, and we had to rely on Alanga, who's so young, and Sancho was adapting to the league. So, last season, we had Rashford, who was on much better form. We had Martial, who was on and off with his form, but we still had Mason Greenwood there to support. We had Edinson Cavani, who was doing brilliant. So that I think that's where we've seen Bruno really shine out, and I think it says a lot when you've got a team from 6th place in his first season to 3rd. I think that really speaks levels about the kind of player he is. He's hungry. He wants the best.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he's got to show passion as well. If I can see passion from Bruno next season, show that passion, show that I want to be at the club, show I want to win titles, show that I want to be the boss, show I want to win games, and we see the proper Bruno Fernandes. We need better players around him. You mentioned Alanga as well. This guy is going to be a superstar if he's trained right.
Correct.
And you know, he's going to be a superstar. I like this kid. And please use him right, because I like him.
I like him as well. I like him. Hey there, Chris. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. Ravi has asked, do you think Liverpool and Chelsea have done good business? I'm not going to comment on Chelsea because they haven't signed anyone yet. So I'm not going to say they've done good business because it's still only rumours at the moment until it's a here you go. For Liverpool, you've done good business. Nunes, Ramsey, you've signed that kid from Fulham. So you've done good business as well. But but with Chelsea, I'm not commenting about Chelsea because they've not signed anybody, and at the moment it's still only rumours, just like us. But what about you, John? What do you think about both?
With Liverpool's facing good acquisitions, by the way. Nunes, yes, we don't know what he's going to do in the Premier League. Ramsey from Aberdeen, I think he's going to be fantastic. I think he's a decent young player. He's going to get better. Trust us on that one, by the way. Fabio Carvalho, I think he's skillful. I love skillful players. This guy is so skillful, pleasing on the eye, this kid. Fulham could have done with him for a season in the Premier League, but he left on a free signing. But as for Chelsea, you're right. They haven't signed anyone yet. They need 2 defenders. They need a striker. They need 2 out-and-out wingers as well. That's what they need.
Agree.
And Mason Mount, I mean, he's decent, but is he the answer? Is Mason Mount going to win you a title? That is a thing, Chelsea fans. How are you going to win a title? I don't know. But one thing I'm going to say, that Chelsea are the most successful team in London, in my opinion. They are the most successful in London. 100%.
They definitely are. They haven't got the best history, but they're definitely the most successful at the moment.
Absolutely. 100%, because they've got a good team there. Thomas Tuchel, I mean, people say he could be one of the favourites to be sacked this season, but because he wants his own man. But I think if they sack him, I think he should be under pressure this season, Tuchel. 100%. And he has got to get it right. He needs to get this one right. And is Thiago Silva signed this new deal? He has, hasn't he? He signed this
he has signed a new deal, So they need someone to replace Christensen. They need someone to replace Rudiger. I think they need a backup to Chilwell because I don't think Alonso is a good enough left wing back. I think that they do need a wingers because I think that they've got a goal scorer in Kai Havertz, but they ain't got the person to provide Kai Havertz. And personally, for me as well, I think they even need a right wing back as a backup for Reece James because they've used Loftus-Cheek as a right wing back. He's not a right wing back. He's a box to box midfielder.
Exactly. I don't know what's going on at Stamford Bridge. I really don't. But Reece James, that guy is brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant. I mean, he's one of the best wing backs in the country for me, Reece James.
I agree. I think he has got potential to be one of the best in the world.
Absolutely agree. I think he'd be brilliant for a team like Real Madrid or Barca. I think he'd be that good. I think he'd be absolutely fantastic. But you are right. I mean, they just need more players. They need to get players covered as well. Chilwell covered the left wing back. Marcus Alonso, is his contract ended? I don't know. He's got 1 year left on his contract.
I think he's got 1 year left on his contract.
I think he has. You're right. I mean, the people I've heard Newcastle fans saying who should get Marcus Alonso. I'm not so sure, but we've got left backs cover anyway. But wow, what I can say, Chelsea need to get the skates on real quick because they're going to get left behind. But I'm sure they got money to spend. And this is why they tried to hijack Arsenal's move for Rafinha, but Rafinha only wants to go to Barcelona. And I think he'll get his wish.
Yeah. Tony, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Not going to call you by your nickname because you're being nice, but John's done it.
Hey! Maisy doesn't call you Maisy doesn't call you at Mainz.
No, because he called me Maisy the Mag once and I wasn't happy.
I bet. And when are you going to call him? Mate, Tony the Med.
I'll do it if he calls me Maisy the Mag. So, Tony, be careful.
Best.
Reese has said, I don't want Garnacho and Alanga overused next season. I agree with that. I think Garnacho is absolutely a brilliant player. He is another one who I think Ten Hag is going to be looking at very, very carefully because I actually think that he is a player who does have potential to go high and I really, really like it. But I like Coffee's question. I think Bruno is confident in taking the penalties. He took penalties a lot. But I think knowing that you've got Cristiano Ronaldo there, I don't think he's going to have a chance at taking penalties, to be honest. So I think we'll see Bruno again taking penalties once Ronaldo does leave. Foxer, Pereira is actually looking at going to Fulham. He did actually score a brilliant pre-season goal for us actually against Brentford. That's why we call him pre-season Pirlo. So,
pre-season Pirlo.
Yeah, we really do. That's what we call him. So we'll go on to a transfer for you, John. Tielemans.
That's a very interesting one. I mean, I know Ben Jacobs, right, has brought this up as well. And I got some breaking news, by the way. He's going to come on my show on Thursday night. So Ben Jacobs is coming on my show at around 6:45. Keep your eyes peeled for that. He won't shut up. And I probably won't get a word in edgeways anyway. He's a big Leicester fan. Now, obviously, Leicester till I die, even said they'd rather have Yuri come to us rather than Arsenal. But this is a very interesting one because he has been linked to us, right? Again, are they using our name for him to get a better deal? That's another thing, Maisy. But one thing I'll say, right? He's got 1 year left on his contract. He definitely wants to play at a higher level. And for me personally, I think he'd probably offer him another year's contract, a 1 year extension to his contract, I think, because I also want him as well. You heard what Luke has been saying about him, by the way. And they're just saying that to keep the fans, to shut the fans up. But very interesting, by the way. But we need, if they want the price for him, I'd say between 30 and 35 million quid. That is the going rate. But would I take Tielemans? 100%, because he is a good player. He is a good player. Gets booked a lot, but he is a good player. And I quite like him. He can pass the ball. He can make things happen. I think it's exciting. And I think he's only 24, 25.
25, yeah. So we'd be hitting his prime eventually, won't he?
Absolutely. And when you're about 27, 28, you're one step further as well. But if you're going to get him around that age, cool. And then he would love the atmosphere at St. James's Park if he came to Newcastle. And you have to handle the atmosphere. This guy, I've got a funny feeling, will go. But Lucas saying Tielemans will go to Spurs. I think they overquoted the Spurs, man. I think they overquoted. They already got 4 midfielders. But then again,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he did go to Spurs. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Mm-hmm. Say, for example, Tielemans was to go to Newcastle. Do you think that one of the midfielders would get dropped? And if so, who do you think would get dropped?
For me, I'm sure Longstaff's just on a new 3-year contract. Joe Willock probably won't play an FA game, but who's going to compete with Joe Linton and Bruno G? Those two is guaranteed. It needs one more. Would it be Sean Longstaff? Would it be Joe Willock? Would it be Tielemans? And if he's going to play a back three, it's going to have to be one more midfield in there. If he's going to play a 4-3-3, It's going to be 3. But like Tony said, Bruno, Joe Linton, and Tielemans. If we get Tielemans, man, what's going to happen to Joe Willock? What's going to happen to Sean Longstaff? He's just on a 3-year deal. Are we going to have to eventually loan Sean Longstaff out? That's another thing, but it's going to be interesting. But it's all, we may not get the lad, but if we do get him, that midfield 3 could get us into Europe next season.
Potentially so. And looking at the kind of stats that Tielemans has, he had 32 games, 6 goals, 4 assists. So he hasn't had goals and assists as a box-to-box midfielder, but does that matter for you in that Newcastle squad?
Not at all, really, because he'd be playing with better players around him. Bruno, fantastic. Joe Linton, fantastic. And he has improved as well. And listen, since he's joined in January 2019, he's played 158 times for Leicester, scoring 24 goals. Yeah, so you're right, average of 6 goals a game. I mean, I'm not a stats man, or try not to be a stats man. I'd love to.
I'm Alison.
Oh, sorry. Is that you? And I knocked it off, by the way. That's my fault. And I think it's going to be, I'll definitely take him if he's available. But like Lucas said, I mean, he could probably end up going to Tottenham. And that is the thing. And you're not going to Arsenal, I don't think, because they're not in Champions League. He'll not come to us because he's not in Europe. I think he end up going to Tottenham if he is going to go. I think I made that decision now. I think he end up going to Spurs.
Yeah, I agree. Hey there, Brush. I hope you are well. Fox's opinion on Tielemans is Tielemans was awful last season, loves to give a penalty away.
Yeah, that's true, man. He did give a lot of penalties away. But look, he can have one bad season, but hopefully he changes that up next season, this season. And I think he'll go to Tottenham. I think he'd definitely go. But he's a better player than that. But on this day, he can be unplayable.
Definitely. Before we wrap up, John, is there any other potential links to Newcastle?
Yes, we got one called Armando Broja. He was on loan at Southampton last season.
Oh yeah, he was brilliant. A Chelsea young player.
Absolutely. I mean, played 38 games on loan, 9 goals in 38. Played every game. Chelsea also look at him pre-season, and let's be real, and then make a decision after that. But would I take Broja? 100% I would, because he's English. Well, he's Albanian born, but he is he's Slough born, isn't he? He's born in Slough, but he's got Albanian parents apparently. But I'd take him. He's 6'3". He's a target man. We get good crosses. ASM needs to put his crosses in. If we get Musa Diaby, his crosses coming as well. He'd be linked to him, by the way, as well. But at the end of the day, but Leverkusen won something like 60 to 70 million quid for this guy, and Newcastle look to pay that at this minute. Where we will. We probably may have to eventually, but he's been linked. So we have got Diaby being linked for Leverkusen, the French lad. We've got Broja as well being linked. If you get one of those two, I'll be over the moon, because West Ham wants Broja as well. Now, where we're going to get him, I don't know. That'd be difficult to fish, but definitely the striker.
Is that instead of the kid from Ligue 1?
Is that Guri? His name is that's Guri, isn't it?
Yeah.
On Nice. Yeah, I mean, Labour's new Kevin Benzema. Well, I don't think we've been with him. Don't think we've been linked to this guy at all whatsoever. His name's been spread about, but we've not been linked to him. But we definitely have to get one of them in. But if we get Broja up front, then that saves us a bit of money. So we can use that money and get in a winger. So if we get a winger like Diaby and get a loan player like Broja, that'd be a good window. That'd be a really good window. I'd take it all day long.
Yeah, I think he would be very, very good to have as well, to be honest. And he's only very young, so we'd be able to adapt to your team.
Absolutely. I mean, look, he needs game time. He definitely needs game time. It's exciting. I mean, I know 10 goes in a lot, but to play alongside Callum Wilson, if Eddie Howe decides to play, could be a 4-4-2. And you never know. It could be 5-3-2. I think a little or large combination up front could be a shock to us all. And I think it'd be exciting. But He may get someone out of the blue who we don't know about. Who knows? We might get Shamaka for Sassuolo. Yeah, we might get him. We might get someone in Germany on a season on loan. You just don't know. Yuri from Nice, you never know. But we got to trust Dan Ashworth in that one. He knows the players to get. Eddie Howe's going to play a part as well. And listen, I'd rather get someone in the Premier League that knows the Premier League. Bruce is that guy. And Diaby as well. I think it'd be good.
Definitely. Hey there to Anthony. I hope you are well. Thank you for tuning in. Hey there as well to Edit. I hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in also. We did discuss about McTominay before a little bit earlier on, and John doesn't think that they're gonna have he's gonna go to Newcastle. Do you, John?
Nah, wouldn't have him. I would not have him at all, mate. And the reason I just wouldn't because we're close to midfield as well. We need a decent midfielder. I just don't think Scott is the answer for me, sort of thing. But we still after Paqueta as well from Lyon. But they still want. I heard reports saying that they want 43 million quid. I heard reports saying they want 58 million quid. Who do we believe? Who do we know? What do we know? Wait and see what happens in that. But we have got the money. But it has to be at the right price. Just because the richest club in the world, it don't mean to see it. We could do in Everton and splash out over the odds on these players.
Exactly. I agree. I completely agree with you, to be honest. We'll finish it up here anyway. John, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a great show.
No problem. I really enjoyed it coming on. You know that. For me, I mean, I've got my 3 favourite channels. You, Tune Review, and the other one as well, which I'm not named. But at the end of the day, Lee Gunner, of course. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's a great show. If you haven't subscribed, Devils United, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. I don't know how many subscribers you got now, but it's quite high.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's growing every single day. So thank you everyone who has already subscribed to the channel, who's supporting the channel as well. And if you do today, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. With John, would you like to shout out your socials also?
Yeah, thank you very much indeed for having us on as well. And for guys who haven't watched this, please hit the subscribe button, hit the likes as well. Please, if you can do that, that'd be amazing. My channels is Insta, John Sinclair 50, John Sinclair TV on YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook, John_NEFC 42 on Twitter. And if you go on TikTok, it's John Sinclair TV as well. So if you go on there as well, John Sinclair TV on TikTok as well.
Everyone who hasn't already, go and subscribe to John's channel. Absolute brilliant Newcastle content on there. I Like Coffee is supporting Portugal in the Euros.
Yeah.
And the Euros is on next week, I Like Coffee. I'll be doing a watch along with one of the Portugal games, so you'll be happy to see that at least. With myself, I'll be next live tomorrow. I actually do have a special guest coming on for a player profile for our lone player at Mansfield Town, Nathan Bishop. So if you are wondering who the special guest is, check the description out on tomorrow's show and you'll be able to know who is on. And that will be at 5:45. So go and check out the channel and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all very, very soon. It's a goodbye for now.